First, we are going to discuss about stimulated emission. Stimulated emission. Here, consider two energy level E1, E2, and this is absorption, and from there to here means stimulated emission. This is also stimulated emission. These are optical signals. Figure shows that absorption and emission of stimulated emission. Sorry, absorption and emission of two energy levels. Okay, stimulated emission. Here we are considering two energy atomic system of two energy levels, that is E1 and E2. E1 means low energy at lower energy level. E1 is the lower energy level and E2 is the higher energy level. From the diagram itself we can discuss. E1 means lower energy level, E2 means higher energy level, and in E1, E2 transition is done by absorption of photons of energy HFC. Okay, E2 means E1 transition is done by stimulated emission of photons of energy HFC. That is, normally E1 is less than E2, that is E2 will be greater than E1. We all know from the diagram itself, E1 is the lower energy level and E2 is the higher energy level. So E2 will be greater than E1. And here E2 transition, E1, what is done means E2 transition is done by absorption of photons of energy HFC. In E1, E2 transition done by absorption of photons of energy HFC. Absorption of photons of energy HFC. And in E2, E1 transition is done by emission of photons of energy HFC. Emission of photons of energy HFC. HFC means photons of energy. Okay. Here H is the Planck constant. And typical value is 6.63 into 10 power minus 34 joules per second. So, stimulated emission. What is stimulated emission means? Here we are considering two energy level, E1 and E2. E1 is the lower energy level and E2 is the higher energy level. Normally, E2 is greater than E1. So, in E1, E2 transition is done by absorption of photons of energy HFC, and E1 transition is done by stimulated emission of photons of energy HFC. HFC is the photons of energy, H is the Planck constant, and its typical value is 6.63 in 10 power minus 34 joules per second. And from this diagram, we can say that if E1 have absorption and E2 has stimulated emission, and this stimulated emission dominates more absorption, means E2 to E1 transition is more than E1 to E2 transition. Do you understand? That is, here in these diagrams we all can know that come to know that E1 has absorption and E2 has stimulated emission. But this emission is more than this absorption. So E2 to E1 transition, E2 to E1 transition is more than E1 to E2 transition. But according to quantum theory, mechanism of quantum theory, the rate of E1 to E2 transition per atom is equal to the rate of E2 to E1 transition. Okay. So the common rate is denoted by gamma. Common rate is denoted by gamma. Okay. So in population, next one is population. Population means number of atoms, that is number of atoms, that is denoted by N1 and N2. N1 means number of atoms at lower energy level E1. In lower energy level E1. And N2 means number of atoms in E2. So for amplification, N2 will be greater than N1. This is known as population inversion. This is known as population inversion. So due to this, number of amplification will increases and photons of energy HFC also increases. Okay. So yeah, in stimulated emission there is have population, that is number of atoms, N1 and denoted by N1 and N2. N1 means number of atoms in E1 and N2 means number of atoms at higher energy level. That is for amplification N2 will be greater than N1. That is known as population inversion. And due to this population inversion, amplification will be increases and HFC, that is photons of energy, also increases. So population inversion can be achieved by, how can we achieve population inversion means population inversion. Population inversion means N2 greater than N1. That is known as population inversion. This can be achieved by supplying additional energy to pump the electrons to higher energy level. That is, this can be achieved by supplying additional energy to pump electrons to higher energy level. Okay, these are population inversion. Population inversion means N2 will be greater than N1. Population inversion can be normally achieved by supplying additional energy to pump the electrons to higher energy level. Okay, that is E2. Next, we are going to discuss about spontaneous emission. These are about stimulated emission. So shortly, we want to discuss means in stimulated emission two energy levels E1 and E2. E2 will be greater than E1. In E1, E2 transition is done by absorption by photons of energy HFC, and E1 transition is done by emission of photons of energy HFC. So if E1 will dominate more over, E2 will dominate more over E1 means, that is, it will increases the amplification and photons of energy HFC. So, according to theory of quantum mechanism, the rate of transition E1 to E2 transition will be equal to the rate of E2 to E1 transition. So, the rate is denoted by gamma, and here population, that is number of atoms, can be denoted by N1 and N2. N1 is the number of atoms at lower energy level E1, and N2 is the number of atoms at higher energy level E2. So for amplification, N2 will be greater than N1. These are known as population inversion. Population inversion can be achieved by supplying additional energy to higher energy level to pump the electrons to higher energy level. So these are about stimulated emission. Next we are going to discuss the process of second process of optical amplifier, that is spontaneous emission.